Hi, welcome back to my channel, Painting the Pieces. My name is Kris, and I'm working on another garden piece because I'm surrounded by garden, and that's all that I'm thinking about. But I thought today that I would tell you something that happened to me in case it helps anyone else. I had 3 YouTube channels. They were all of different subjects. And one I had just let languish, and I thought, this is kind of silly. I'm just going to get rid of it because I'm not ever going to use it again. I'm not planning on using it. And I had done this in the past and with a different channel, and everything was fine. This time I went through the various, through the settings until I got to the delete this channel. And I said delete, and it said there are 16 videos attached to this account, which I knew that was correct. And so I went through the steps and I deleted the account. Fine. Then I went to have lunch. I came back to come into this Painting Your Pieces account, and it was gone. And my other account, which is an abstract art account, was gone. Now, the abstract art account, I only had one short and one video that I hadn't published yet because it's brand new for me and I'm just getting it ready. And the reason this happened, I'll just take a little side jaunt here, is that I did a couple of abstracts on this channel and they got good viewership, and I thought, well, some people are interested in seeing abstracts, and it doesn't really belong here where I'm doing sort of illustrative work and painting floral pieces. So there might be 2 audiences here, and I wanted to end the confusion, and even for myself, and move all the abstracts to my new channel. But anyway, so I'll get back to the story. So I went to check, and all my channels were gone. So I had 3 channels. I wanted to delete one, and all 3 were gone. So a bit of a panic, because I had deleted some of the videos in my folders once I had published them, because I was running out of space on my computer. So I couldn't just recreate them. And there were some that I went back to for myself. This is also a good help for me, and you may find that if you have a channel, that if I think, how did I handle this, and it's been a couple of months, I just go back in and watch how I paint and what sort of technique I might use, just as if it was a stranger's account. And I have a bad memory, I should say that, and it was very helpful to me. And so 2 people that follow me paint along, and they look forward to the videos that come out on Sunday, but they also go back and rewatch videos. So I was really disheartened. I didn't understand what had happened. So I did some research and found out that if you go into youtube.com/brand accounts, all one word, it will show you all the active accounts and deleted accounts and pending accounts. So I clicked on deleted, and there were 2 accounts there which I didn't recognize the names to. And the reason I didn't recognize the names is that when I had originally started those channels, they had different names, and I had forgotten about that. So once I put that together, I thought, okay, these are the 2 accounts. So I clicked to reinstate those 2 accounts, and the newer abstract account, as I said, just had one short and one long video that hadn't been published. That came right back perfectly. But Painting Your Pieces gave me an error and said, oops, something went wrong. So now I was more panicked. I did searches on YouTube. I watched what other people said I should do, some of the things I had already done. Now that channel had disappeared, so I couldn't try to reinstate it. And I could see it didn't have my picture, the little picture that we have that's associated with our accounts. That was gone. And I had been put into restricted mode, which I have never done. So I finally found a YouTube video where a person told me to actually go out and chat with somebody from YouTube, leave a message that these 2 channels had been deleted. One channel I was not able to retrieve, and I never deleted it. And it wasn't deleted because YouTube found something wrong with my channel, you know, like they do, and they may take away permissions or they may delete your channel. I had no problems. I've never had any issues that YouTube has ever said. And I knew it happened the day that I deleted the one account, so they all went at that time. So I didn't hold out much hope that Painting Your Pieces was coming back, including the video you're seeing now. And but I thought, well, we'll just see. And I gave it a couple of days, and I noticed that other things were happening. Like it would show up, I could see Painting Your Pieces, again, not with the picture, and then it would be gone. So when you click on, if you have several accounts and you click on the picture at the upper right, it has a entry that says switch accounts. So when I would do that, sometimes Painting the Pieces would be there, and sometimes it wouldn't be there. So I was feeling a little bit better because I thought maybe somebody's working on this. So anyway, those 2 days went by and I still couldn't access any of my videos, and I just assumed that that channel was gone. So I thought, well, I had some of the videos that I could reinstate from my phone where I had taken the original footage. I'd have to redo them, re-edit them, add the audio, you know, do all the work to that, but I was willing to put some of those that I could retrieve back up and try to recreate the channel. On the third day, I got up in the morning, I clicked on Switch Your Accounts, and Painting the Pieces was there, still without the picture, the account picture, and I clicked on it and all my videos were there. So I just wanted to say, if anybody else has any problem close to this and you think, oh no, I've lost all of my work that's on a channel, and I don't have many subscribers and I didn't have that many videos because I started in January, but there's still a lot of work for anybody that makes videos. You know that. Even if it's a 10-minute video, it's quite a bit of work for me, the editing and, you know, every bits and pieces. So Painting Your Pieces, it should be called Putting Together the Pieces. But anyway, so just if this happens to you and you can't reinstate them through the brand accounts, because that did work for one of mine just perfectly, and I never had to do another thing. But if one gives you an error message or the oops message, please go out to YouTube and contact them, because that really worked. They did reinstate it, and it had only been the day after I had deleted it that I did that. So I think, and what this person had said on YouTube too that was explaining it, he said if it's within 7 days, they can retrieve it. So it's just a matter of alerting someone that something went wrong. They do have a box for you to put in an explanation. So I said I deleted one channel, I wanted to, but the other two just went with it. So I don't know how they were. I mean, they were linked by my email address, of course, but I hadn't deleted those. And the other thing I explained was I watched each step. If it had said we're deleting 30 videos, let's say, I would have thought, oh no, that's my channel that I'm deleting doesn't have that many videos, so I would have known there was something wrong. But as I tracked it through, it was only giving that channel name. It was only saying 16 videos. So I thought, well, it's just that channel. So that was, you know, a couple of days of unhappiness. Let's just put it that way. So I hope I've helped somebody if this ever happens to you, or if anything happens to you on YouTube. I went out to Reddit too and read that, you know, when videos or channels got pulled because YouTube had deemed that you'd done something wrong and the people didn't know what they had done wrong. So I feel good now that you're not talking to someone, you know, through the phone or face-to-face or even on chat, but you can send this email through there. It's not, you know, an email through your email address, but through the form that you can fill out at this brand accounts, and you can explain what has happened and ask for their help, especially if it's only within a couple of days. I don't know how that would work if it was a month or two. I don't know how YouTube works inside. I just, you know, I don't know. But I think that if something does happen and there's at least a way to reach some human being or whoever controls the computer there for YouTube, that you would be able to get that back. So that's why I put that also in the title, and I'm going to put it in the hashtag so that if anyone's looking specifically for that, I hope I've given them enough information. And if I haven't and someone is tuned into this video just for that information, please post down below. The other thing is, it's so difficult, or it has been for me, to get people to click the like button. I may have lots of views, but people don't click the like, and certainly not the subscribe. Now, I understand that. Maybe you didn't like it. Maybe you don't want to subscribe. You don't ever want to see videos like this again. Understood. But for those people that do come back and do watch, it just helps the creators so much. And we do put time into it, and we do try to create something that would be of interest. And also very helpful is in the post to say, I'd really like to see this part, which you don't seem to be covering. Or in the case of the abstraction, I could see what happens, so I'm creating a channel that's just abstraction. So things like that are so helpful if people could just take a minute to do that. But I understand people are busy too, and I will tell you, since I've started my channel, when I watch a channel, I click the like because I understand how important it is. And it's not just important on the side that it brings more viewership and that YouTube pushes out your channel to more people based on views. Helps. It used to, I think, just be likes or maybe subscribes. But also, we can't look at any analytics. You have to reach a certain number in order to see the analytics, and that would be very helpful, like who is watching and what time are they watching, what other videos do they watch, so that you can kind of get a feel for what sort of content would be of interest to people. Because, yes, it's going to be in the sort of narrow, I guess, margin that you work. You're not going to just all of a sudden, well, now I'm going to just only paint, I don't know, porch decks because I got viewership on that. No, you're still going to do what you want to do, but you can sort of tailor it more to something that would help people. And when I started the channel, I've noticed something else, that people that are really successful seem to have been teachers. I've never been a teacher, so it has been a learning experience on how to present things. Maybe it's not so clear, what I'm saying or the way that I'm presenting it, because I haven't taught. And I think once you have a classroom where people could ask you questions, even if you're doing sort of adult ed, and people could ask you questions, you think, okay, I need to say that. I don't have that information. So I just started in January, so it's still kind of all new to me, everything about it. Making a video, editing a video, coming up with the idea, getting it out on a schedule, which seems to be the most difficult part for me, because I want to publish every Sunday if I can. And now I've got a second channel, so what was I thinking? So, but anyway, I do both things, and I thought it would be nice to have them both out there. The other thing that I do when I'm watching other creators that do something that, like painting or drawing, is that oftentimes I will watch it through the first time, click like, and then I will work along with them, so that while I'm listening to them talk about the creative process, I can think about what my creative process is, and is there something that they're saying that I haven't thought about, or something that I'd like to expand on, and now that I have the channel, something that I'd like to say in that vein as well. So that's enough of the business. I don't think I've ever talked about the YouTube so much as in this channel. Sorry for people that just wanted to watch the painting. Maybe mute the sound. Maybe I should put that in the beginning. So here comes an explanation on YouTube. Hit mute if you don't want to hear it. So back to this painting. It is watercolors, as it has been. And this is kind of based on the one that I did last week. Same wonderful paper that I can't seem to get away from, in a good way. Really love this paper. But I wanted to expand the palette a little bit and to make things a little bit more, not so much abstract, that's the wrong word, but a little more loose, so that they don't look exactly. I know none of my paintings on this channel look realistic. We can't say that. But this just to be a little bit looser. Maybe straddle that line between realistic and then just, going crazy with abstraction. So, and this I did not limit the palette, as I have been doing. I'm using all the colors, And for me, it has through my life been tricky to use purple and yellow. So now I'm just in love with those colors. Maybe because I figured out how to use them, but I just really like them in a painting. And with this this is the light wash again, they have a couple of really nice purples. So that's fun. And as usual with the water or with the white, even the white watercolor, which just adds a bit of opacity to it, it also tones down the purple. Because if you use that purple, which you're going to see later in this video, it can be very intense. I have a lot of water in those two purple pieces. One is an iris and the other two are allium. I planted allium for the first time this year, and boy, those are just beautiful. And I bought 5 bulbs because they were a little bit expensive, and I thought, well, we'll just see, how they go if I like them. And a squirrel moved 2 of them, so I didn't even have the little tiny group that I bought together. I have 2 out in the middle of the yard. But I am going to go back and buy more this fall and plant those bulbs, because I can see having at least a dozen of these just delightful flowers. And if you've had allium, as they get more mature, they start to expand, and all the little flowers from the inside, if you're up close to them, come out. They're just really beautiful. As I think a lot of flowers are, as the bud, they're beautiful, and they change into a different thing, and then as they're starting to age, there's even a different stage, and I just love all of them. And to be able to paint those too, because they change colors, and just something to explore that's fun all the time. And it is spring now, so at least the perennials that I have, I'm in a new house, so that's kind of interesting to see what's coming up, and so that's been fun as a little adventure. So this is just the turquoise in the pan that I'm putting next to it. I have experimented a little bit. I think you saw it somewhat in the bookmarks or the pieces for cards video that I did. But putting another color, obviously, next to one of these colors is going to cause that first color to bleed if it's still wet, or even as you wet it with the next color. And sometimes that really works. It can put veins in a leaf. It can just add a little bit of contrast that you wouldn't get, or I don't get, with acrylics. It can happen more with oil, depending on how much medium you use. And the same with acrylics. If I was using, let's say, a retarder for the speed that the acrylics dry, that certainly would work. I use airbrush medium too to extend acrylics. But if you don't do that and they dry, mine pretty opaque, the ones that I have. I did just want to add here, this is a jar of, it's a violet, and it's pretty thick, almost like paste. So I thought I would just use my finger rather than trying to put it down with a brush. I wanted more of an opaque look to those alliums. So I'm pretty happy with this right now. And you can see too, as I go along, I just like to put in little bits and pieces of this. Like this is just a little, what do you call it? It's a petal coming over from that iris. So the top of the iris is sort of a lavender that gets darker toward the center, and then some of the petals that come out are an orangish yellow. So it's a beautiful iris. I don't have any daylilies yet. I think it's too soon for those, but those are really nice to put in a painting too. And you get a different one every day. I wanted to get some of the different greens in here because I have several pans of green. I did just order a new watercolor set. So when that comes in, I'll do an unboxing and a swatching of those colors so that you can see. I don't know if people care about swatching so much. I know for myself, when someone is doing a video and they're swatching, I kind of speed through it a little bit just to see what the colors are. So if that isn't of interest, and you could let me know just by saying, yeah, we'd like to see the colors, but you can do the swatching on your own time. I understand completely. So that's it. Thanks for watching and listening to my sad story about YouTube. Take care. Have a good week.